fit, formidable, and fantastic.
Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and welcome to a new episode. People seem to take an interest in my previous day of eating video, so I thought that I would do another one, this time with a keto twist. Why? Because there are folks out there who prefer the ketogenic diets, and I have been asked how a vegan can approach a ketogenic meal plan, which is entirely possible despite it being quite limiting. That's the best way I can describe that. But I do want to clarify some items before we get to it. One, ketogenic diets are not magical. Some people seem to think there's some kind of magic to them, but they're not magical. If you desire fat loss, you still need to enter a caloric deficit, either by virtue of your diet, your training, or both. And yes, this video presents a caloric deficit keto meal plan for my body. Two, this video is merely an example and is by no means the way. Do not blindly copy my meal plan verbatim and expect optimal results for your body or training. You may weigh more than me or less, or train more or less, or have a naturally faster or slower metabolism, etc. So use this video for educational purposes or ideas or to satiate curiosity, but nothing more. Three, on that same note, I am not advocating keto diets for everyone. They are just another tool in the box, so to speak, and not everyone will even like them or even benefit from them on a personal level. Four, every 5 to 7 days of utilizing a ketogenic approach, I have a non-stop carb feeding from 4 p.m. until about 10 p.m. to midnight, and I go by how I feel with that. I don't stuff myself sick, I just eat until I'm satiated, then I rest a little, and then continue until I just don't want to eat any more carbs.
I focus on foods like berries, bananas, white rice, sweet yellow corn, vegan granola, and yes, even some junkier foods if I'm craving them, like candy, vegan pizza, vegan ice creams, or even home-baked vegan desserts.
But I do generally eat more nutritious carb sources, and I limit the shit. So this is more of a cyclic keto approach. It's also known as CKD, or cyclic ketogenic diet. It's not straight keto. The purpose of these feedings is to prevent stalling, to control cortisol levels, balance out the hormones in general, and refill glycogen to sustain my training for the coming week, etc. 5, before anyone overgeneralizes any perceived health concerns from a low-carb and high-fat dietary intake,
according to a paper that studied the effects of a vegan ketogenic diet, benefits such as fat loss, lowered blood lipids, lowered LDL cholesterol, and reduced risk factors for heart disease were all witnessed in the study participants.
So it is worth noting that a plant-based take on the ketogenic diet does not appear to come with the inherent health risks often associated with an animal-based ketogenic diet.
It is also worth noting that ketogenic diets have been demonstrated in a body of research to improve the quality of life in epileptics.
And that's good news for epileptics who are or want to be vegan. Anyway, enough rambling and on with what you came here for, the meal.
Typically, I am up by 7:40 to 8 a.m. and I kick off the day with 16 ounces of black coffee.
Not for the energy effects, but rather the health effects. I've never actually really been affected by caffeine energy-wise. I can literally drink the shit out of caffeine at like 8 p.m. and still sleep like a baby that night.
After this, I generally cook up my meals for the day to pack if I will be out.
Fast forward a bit to 10 a.m.
and I have my first meal of the day.
The first meal, as I presented in this video, included 1 cup of Beyond Meat beefy crumbles, which are made from pea protein, 5.5 ounces of extra firm tofu, 250 grams of broccoli florets, all of which I pan-fried in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
After the first meal, I do not eat again until about 2 p.m. when I have what you see featured.
This is more of a snack involving 3 tablespoons of peanut butter and 1.5 scoops of my custom soy pea and rice protein blend in water. I also had some almonds and cashews, as you could see. These were not part of the prescribed meal plan. I just added them because I felt like I used them that day. From here until my post-workout shake, I will not be eating again. I like to train semi or fully fasted, but I will take free-form amino acids beforehand. Anywhere from 7 to 8 p.m.
I will prepare for the gym and have another 16 ounces of black coffee. Then I will kill it for approximately 90 minutes.
This night of filming happened to be a session involving back, traps, triceps with feeder sets for thighs, calves, and delts. I keep my training frequency a bit lower while utilizing keto, generally lifting only 3 days per week versus my typical 4 or 5, and I consolidated my typical workload into those 3 sessions.
After I finish training, I have a shake as I prepare to leave the gym.
This shake involves 3/4 of a scoop of my custom soy, pea, and rice protein blend in water and no carbs. Approximately 1 hour after that shake,
I prepare and eat a whole food meal, my final meal of the day.
this final meal as presented in this video included 250 grams of whole leaf spinach and 13¼ ounces of extra firm tofu, both of which pan fried in half of a tablespoon of coconut oil.
I also have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and 1 tablespoon of vegan omega-3 oil.
I consumed the omega-3 oil straight, and that's it. A total of about 133 grams of fat for the day, 22 grams of carbs for the day, not counting fiber, and 178 grams of protein for the day. I personally do not rely on keto often, and certainly not for long periods of time. Maybe a couple weeks to a month here or there, usually for the purpose of drying out. I've grown to not particularly care for how I look or perform on keto diets, but to each their own. To elaborate what I mean by that, I enjoy training with a higher frequency, and I love getting that skin-splitting kind of pump that lasts for hours, which I can't really achieve as optimally on a keto diet. But again, as I said, to each their own. Some people prefer keto, or they have a medical issue like epilepsy that makes keto beneficial. So this video is really for them, or those who simply are curious about how it can be done. Like those who want to learn more, for instance, or those who just think vegans can't do keto, which is bullshit. This is purely educational purposes. I will say this, I sleep very deeply while implementing a keto diet, and I am very satiated, rarely hungry or experiencing any kind of cravings, even when in a strict deficit.
And that latter effect does fall in line with the research, that in short term, ketogenic diets appear to reduce hunger and thus lower food intake significantly compared to non-ketogenic diets. It should also be noted that based on the current body of evidence, carbohydrate restriction will not hinder protein synthesis, so muscle building can occur while utilizing a ketogenic diet. Furthermore, while glucose is the optimal and preferred source of energy for your brain can technically function without the presence of carbs. That said, if you are going to use keto diets for a non-medical reason, I recommend short-term use in a cyclic fashion with weekly carb refeeds.
Anyhow, do leave comments below and open some dialogue. Also, like and share this video, and let me know if you'd like more Day of Eating videos from me of various kinds. Please do subscribe to this channel and stay on top of twice weekly content. Otherwise, till we meet again.
Get your vegan protein shake recipes free today. Discover how to optimize protein combining for vegan bodybuilding shakes. Includes 2 science-backed formulas that you can buy online or mix yourself, proven to help build muscle as fast as whey. Go to www.strongerfastervegan.com and download now. Link is in the description below.